which it shouldn't do. Like, it should... Obviously it shouldn't, because it should be a choice of either Annihilate, a single target, or Sidearm AoE. In the dungeon I'm about to do, I will play Sidearm, because we want that to be at least a little bit accurate. So, to this place again, /combat log, and we'll start logging again. Come on, let's go. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make as much of an effort as possible to keep rend up on as much as I can the entire dungeon. Because in a realistic point of view, that's how you would want to play. I know that things die too fast, so it probably won't look great, maybe, but that's what we're gonna do. We also have a prop warrior who's just going to steal all the damage anyway when he presses revenge and goes... But it's fine. This guy's also doing, like, really pussy pulls. And I don't like it. Grow chest hair, sir. Prop will get nerfed. Yeah. It will. We know that much already. We don't know how it's gonna get nerfed, but we know that it will. There is zero shot that it makes it into the next build in its current state. Am I logging this? I am logging this one, yeah. I'm logging every dungeon that I do today. The whole idea of what we're doing right now is literally just see what we can get out of these bleeds. That's the whole plan. And it doesn't work when things are spread like that. I am already omega pissed at this. Get down here, you. I'm not done with you yet. Feels so weird to see Fury with Rend and Thunderclap. Honestly, it feels even worse to play with. I don't like this. I really don't like this. But it does damage. So at the moment, there's no way you wouldn't do it. Oh, that could have been bad. Yeehaw! Odin's Fury. I think the advantage of Odin's Fury is just that, although the dot itself doesn't do much, it ticks really fast because it doesn't last for very long. So that's not... It's not terrible, I guess. That a landslide I just saw? Guess so. At least we have shit depressors fillers instead of spamming whirlwind. Yeah, I don't dislike Bone Grinder being gone for Fury at all. It's not horrible. Some bitch ass pulls. And then this literally just becomes like... I want to know what the spread radius is. What is the spread radius on Blood and Thunder? Just 5 nearby targets. Doesn't even say how much. I wish it would say how much. Oh! Loot! Loot that I don't want, because I have been questing. Is it just the Ranger Thunderclap? It doesn't look that way, because there have been times where I've had, like, the Ren target on one side of me, and then the mobs on the other that don't have Rend on the other, and they haven't been affected by Rend. So I want to say it's actually from the Rend target rather than from your Thunderclap. At least, that's how it feels like it plays at the moment anyway. Which, if that's true, is just garbage. Is Fury stronger defensively than Arms now would die by the sword? I think it was stronger defensively anyway. Actually, no. No, through fucking Shadowlands, I guess it wasn't particularly stronger. I think they were about the same. BT Rend spread is from the target with Rend? Okay, yeah, so you're relying on your tank actually being a good player and making sure things are together. Yeah. Hot. Why would you do that to me? And then to refresh Rend, we don't press Rend, we press Thunderclap because it's 5 rage cheaper. Oh. Apparently I got a free, apparently I got a free heroic leap just now. It does have no health. It is only heroic dungeons, to be fair. When Mythic Plus opens up when beta's released, then yeah, obviously shit will be a little bit more accurate. It's why I'm a bit hesitant to actively try bleed-based builds on this current on these current builds, because it doesn't really make sense. You know? Like, my bleeds do not have a whole lot of time. Have a whole lot of time to do damage. Will not help having a prot warrior in the group. Also, should be good for AoE 1 for single target. I still like my idea on what they should do with Berserker stance, and just remove it as a stance and have it be for 5 seconds on a 1-minute cooldown. You gain rage based on the damage that you take. But again, Blizzard don't like things like that because it promotes inherently toxic gameplay styles. And yeah, they wouldn't be happy with that. But I feel like it would be really cool. Especially if it's something that you could effectively min-max, because yeah, it's on a cooldown and not just something that you can sit in. That would be like old Berserker Rage. It would be like old Berserker Stance, just on a cooldown. You know? Like, yeah. Maybe he's even put it on a longer CD. Like, maybe not even 1 minute, you know? Because 1 minute, I guess, means that you can, like, hard abuse it. The Rage does that in Classic? Exactly. It did it in Mists of Pandaria as well, which is literally just where I've taken the idea from. But again, I know that Blizzard don't like that idea because it promotes just standing and stuff. Like, but the thing is, if you put it on like on a cooldown, I suppose you could also say like it reduces the amount of damage you take by, let's say, for the sake of argument, I guess we'll say like ouch, like 30% or something, but the rage that you gain is based on the unmitigated amount of damage that you would have taken. You know? Something neat like that. Because it adds a little bit of extra gameplay flavor, you know? And I don't think that's ever a bad thing. I wonder if it's possible to actually kill this guy before... It would be possible to kill this guy before he casts that. People just need to, like, commit. Does he still take damage in that phase? Or is he completely immune? He's completely immune. That beam is reflectable. At least one tick is reflectable. There's a DPS profile. I guess Single-Minded Fury has less threat problems than Titan Script currently. If you were... I think you, to be honest, with Blood and Thunder specifically, you afford your tank a little bit more time naturally in order to gain threat. Because your burst is pushed back a fair bit. Pointless using Odin's Fury now. We'll just use it on whatever's next. We hope. Thunderclap, Odin's Fury. All of that was without Enrage up, but holy shit, you just don't have time. I'm also assuming that starting Blood and Thunder is probably going to be higher priority than getting Enraged. And then because there's more targets in here, we'll just... put that up. Will Odin's Fury be top 1 or top 2 damage and N plus likes to be... I'll show you a breakdown at the end of this dungeon, but in its current tuning, absolutely not. I guess we care more about having Enrage up for when we hit something like Odin's Fury. But yeah, no, Odin's Fury in its current tuning won't be that high. Rend will be that high. But yeah, there's something not quite right about my boy Rend. It's a bit busted right now, if I had to be completely honest with you. You'll see it at the end of this dungeon, I hope, as long as Rend's had enough time to actually do damage, but it's a big if. It's a big if. I would change that spear animation. Would be nice. They don't even need to... You know what? They don't even need to change it. They just need it to be, like, not the full effect for your allies. It's not even a reduced effect for allies. It's just the full effect for no reason. Like, why? Who thought that was a good idea? Oh, I need to actually charge, yeah. See, in a pull like this, Rend will have actually done a decent amount of damage by comparison to my other abilities, because I didn't pop a thing. But Rend is just doing, like, good damage all the time. Asa, if you're... or Asa, if you're still here, do you know if... not just on one Thunderclap, but do you know if, give me 1 second... Do you know if there's a cap to the number of spread Rens you can have at one time? Or does it just keep going, assuming it has targets to spread to? I'm assuming it just keeps going, because nothing about Blood and Thunder mentions a cap outside of the single Thunderclap that you use. Not sure yet. It's something that I really want to test. I suppose I could test it fairly easily. Just an example of me being lazy and hoping someone else has done the work. Also had it just not spread. Excellent. That is that good shit, honestly. Am I not playing Massacre in this build, or is it just not registering that I have Massacre? No, it just wasn't registering that I have it. Okay, very good. Slash combat log. Logging is disabled. Leave the group. And done. Choose. Upload. Go. How much damage is Arms doing in raid single target compared to Fury? A decent amount, but I can't really put a number on it right now. Give me a sec, because that's not the one we want. View report. Let me just make sure that I've actually got the right stuff in here. This doesn't seem completely, yeah, doesn't seem completely right. Right, that's what I need to do. Okay, that's fine. We can do this. Ciao. Right. That more accurate? Yeah. Okay, sweet. So across that dungeon, that is how it looked. And yeah, Rend did a pretty good amount of damage. Like even when the majority of trash is just dying, you see how high Rend is. And now you imagine Rend when you've got access to mobs that just live longer, you know? Will get nerfed. Blood and Thunder's probably getting nerfed anyway. I don't think that's avoidable. And yeah, Prot Warrior is just silly at the moment. They do a stupid amount of damage. Does Thundercloud cost any rage? For Fury it does, yeah, 25 rage. Arms 25 rage as well. It only generates 5 rage for Prot. So yeah, like I don't know. I'm still really put off by like by Odin's Fury. But I guess the value of Odin's